Hey, and greetings. Welcome once again to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, and it's my Friday show, my outlook on the emotional exchanges. And I do a reading for each sign of the zodiac. I just do a simple reading. The first card represents the vibe of the week for that sign. And then the second card will determine if they'll be lucky, specifically just lucky in love, however you want to see that, whether we're just talking physical love or more romantical, platonic love even, unconditional love, it's all good. So I'm going to start off with a short reading from the Enchanted Tarot by Zerber and Farber. It's one of my favorite sets of tarots. I don't use it very often here on the show, but we did earlier when the show first debuted several years ago now. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. We've also done some of the spell work or enchantments that are mentioned in the book, which are really beautiful. All right, so our opening commentary or whatever, oh, how nice. It comes from the sun. All right, and the sun, of course, is the major arcana number 19 in most decks. So let's take a look at that. The sun. The awakening. Everything will be sunny and bright. Love, friendships, and relationships of all kinds are highlighted. It is a time to emulate the sun's active creative ability to realize new works of art and love. Be a dynamic, inspiring, and influential leader whose light shines for all to see. Show the world who you are and what you have done. Express yourself so that everyone you encounter can feel your warmth. And boy, we sure need some of that now. And of course, we are about a week away from the spring equinox. So, of course, that sun will equalize in the zodiac and will then further and further come to longer days. All right, so that was once again from the Enchanted Tarot. And now we're going to start off with our reading. And I'm using the Ancient Egyptian Tarot by Clive Barrett. This too was also used more often, more regularly with the reading that I did for the emotional exchanges a few years ago when we first started. So I'm going to modify that second card. I am going to go back to using the method that Banshee showed me. It's not her method. It's one she's used, and I don't know that we exactly remember who it is, but it's a very simple way of determining yes or no, and in this case, will you be lucky, or will that sign be lucky? So we're going to start off with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, good for all of those. And our top of the deck card is Strength Reversed. Strength Reversed. Well, the vibe for this week, Aries, is kind of that maybe there's a little bit more of a push to get things done, especially if there are things that maybe are about, the ways of cooperation and emotionality, communication between others, that you may feel you have to be a little bit more strident to make your points known. This could be within your personal relationships, something like that. It may be just saying that this is not a time where you're going to be as patient as you used to be and listen, to everything that's said before making a decision or be committing your help. And of course, knowing an Aries as I do, I don't think they're ever patient. But to answer that question from the bottom of the deck, will Aries get lucky? And it's a good luck because it's the Chariot, and the Chariot is reversed. So good luck on getting lucky, as they say. It could be that the motivation isn't there, the drive isn't there. Maybe there's different opportunities or reasons to use that motion towards different projects or things you want to happen. Alrighty, so I will now move on to Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. This one's for you. What is the vibe, the emotional vibe of the week? And it's the Seven of Swords. And as soon as I turned it, I thought of the old Janis Joplin song, Get It While You Can. The Seven of Swords maybe promotes the idea that sometimes we have to be a little covert or forceful maybe in certain ways that could put us on the other side of, you know, the moral balance there. Seven of Swords is kind of like some serious thing. It may be saying that emotionally you feel you're really, you know, entitled or feeling you really deserve to have this, and that you may resort to, you know, some form of covert behavior, whether it's trickery or something like that. And, you know, you're my dark twin, Taurus, since I'm Scorpio, so I get this, but I don't know if I appreciate it. Will you be lucky, Taurus? It's the upright Ace of Swords. Swords means no, but that Ace of Swords is about victory. So it may be that even if you don't get lucky, you are scoring some important point of some sort. You are achieving some sort of victory, even if not the one of being lucky. All right, so we're going to move on to Gemini. Sun, moon, and rising. Give it a ruffle, a riffle ruffle. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. And the vibe for the week. It's the Knight of Cups reversed. So there's problems maybe in sensual land, romantic land. Sometimes the Knight of Cups is kind of like that idea about, you know, you approaching a relationship or approaching the idea of a relationship, or maybe that thing is approaching you. So when it's reversed, it could indicate maybe that's not quite happening, of course, but it could be saying that maybe in this instance, I'm feeling like maybe there's a misreading of motives, perhaps, that maybe one is not necessarily getting, you know, the possible overtures here. So it could be that. It could be, you know, something like that. Will Gemini get lucky? And it's another major arcana. It's the Emperor. So it means good luck, but it's the Emperor reversed. And it may mean truly good luck because it just sort of feels like you're not exactly in control of the situation. It may be more in control of you. So if you're getting lucky, it may be because somebody else is making those moves, whatever they are. All right, so we're going to move on to Cancer now. Sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising, Cancer. One of my fellow water signs. And this time it's another prince, but it's the Prince of Swords who is reversed. This could be saying that the emotional vibe is a little bit reckless, or maybe even, you know, neutered in a sense. You know, there may be a sense here of two things happening. One, it could be that maybe somebody is moving recklessly or with too much speed or haste towards some situation. Maybe it's a romantic thing, but it could also mean that maybe, you know, they're being foolish in a way. They're being reckless, and maybe they're not going to make it there. And I know this sounds like I'm talking about the lucky thing, but just maybe just talking about the vibe of the week is sort of like missed opportunities. It could be welching out. You know, sometimes, you know, the Knight sort of talks to our bravery, and maybe this is saying somebody is kind of welching on that a little bit. And is that you then? You know, it's most likely going to be you, Cancer, that maybe you're wilting for some reason. What is the chances of getting lucky? And it's yes, but you'll have to work at it. It's the Three of Wands. And so it seems like there's an opportunity. Something is coming to you, and you need to be ready to make a move for this chance. So yes, you will have to work for it. You will have to figure out if the opportunity is right for you and if you can actually catch that opportunity now. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is the vibe for the week? And it's the Princess of Discs or Pentacles. So in this deck, that means that's the page. That would be the Page of Pentacles. It's upright. The vibe for this week is maybe a little bit studious in a way. Maybe there's an idea that we're kind of letting ourselves absorb some of the knowledge we're coming across. It might be, things that we find in actual study of some sort, but could also be a little bit more abstract. Some of this sort of gives us an idea about maybe mystical subjects as well, or meditations or things like that. So the vibe for this week may be contemplation. I think I'd like to put it that way. And so that could be the contemplation, of course, of what is possibly happening on the essential or emotional parts of your life. So will you be lucky then? And it's the reversed Four of Swords, which is a pretty good sign. But swords means no, but maybe it's because you're opening up to something different. Maybe you're coming back from something and you're not ready to get lucky, whatever that really is, right away. Or maybe you're willing to wait until you are fully in that state of recovery that the Four of Swords reversed suggests. All right, so that was Leo. We will move on to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I'm always interested in feedback. So if you care to tell me how you like these readings, if you like this concept for the reading, please email us at tfttarotfortoday@gmail.com. And I'm going to have it right down there on the screen too. Thank you very much. Always interested in the feedback. Help us become better readers. Or just tell us that we're, amazingly entertaining. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And it's our friend the Ace of Swords again, but this time the Ace of Swords is reversed. So the emotional vibe may feel like something that you've been expecting for seems to have delays to it. It could be, a conquest of some sort. It may be feeling like that in the emotional realms, what it is you truly want, you have felt you have to be a little bit more forceful, a little bit more assertive to achieve that end. But it may still seem like maybe there's problems in that approach. Maybe there's just a little bit of distractions or delays. So will you be lucky in this next time frame? And it is the Three of Pentacles upright. I forget to hold them up there for the camera. So Pentacles means it will come with a price. And the price could be that maybe you have to commit yourself to understanding a flow in more of a business or logical manner, that there may be steps, 1, 2, 3. It's sort of like a procedure. So maybe becoming lucky involves going through some motions that will take you ultimately there. It may not be this week, but maybe it'll be in a couple weeks. I like that. All right, so we'll now move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, Libra. What is the vibe coming to you this week? Nice. It is Strength upright. Strength is upright, and this is a good sign saying that from your overall point of view, you're going to find that your natural compassion or understanding, I know, I'm not going to laugh, Libra, will make it easier for you to really enjoy this week, to maybe feel calmer about things, to feel that your communication and your expressions of solidarity or whatever it is are really felt from the heart. Will you be lucky? I think so. It's the Two of Cups upright. Cups means it will come to you naturally, but the Two of Cups itself does talk about maybe bonding, trust, harmony in relationships, especially maybe a personal relationship. So I would say, Libra, that if you know you're in a relationship, maybe this is that time for luckiness, you know, and luckiness can mean anything. Like I said, it could mean the physical thing, but maybe it also means, you know, something more transcendent, more unconditional. It could just mean where you feel you're going in your relationship to a really lucky place. All right, so now we'll move on to Scorpio, which is my sign. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. You're another one of the water signs. And yet you're ruled by both Pluto and Mars. Go figure. So, Scorpio, what is that vibe for the week? That loving feeling vibe. And it's the reversed Eight of Swords. And you may feel that whatever things were distracting you or confusing you or keeping you from realizing maybe how others felt, because this is about emotions, those things are gone. And so maybe this is talking specifics, like maybe there's a particular person who somebody gossiped about them or something like that, or for whatever reasons you just didn't have a better impression of them. Maybe something happens to change your impression about people like that, or about situations you're aware of or involved in. Now, will you be lucky, Scorpio? I don't know. It's the little death, right? But it is death, and so it sort of says good luck because it's major arcana, but the sense of death itself talks about a great change. Something dies, something's reborn. We're not necessarily talking about physical death. We could be talking about other things that just end. And so maybe that's just even within your head, the idea of, you know, your period of not being lucky ends. So good luck with that, Scorpio. And we'll now move on to Sagittarius. And that's sun, moon, or rising. Like Aries and Leo, you are a fire sign. And first card, will you be lucky? Or I'm sorry, what is the emotional vibe? It's the, I had to look again, sorry. It's the reverse Seven of Wands. So the emotional vibe maybe suggests that you're not in a winning position with something, especially if this is like, you know, something that's has emotional charging to it. You're not going to be doing as well as you might have thought for some reason. You may even feel you need to abandon this situation if it's an argument or a debate of some sort, but it feels like maybe you feel you are overwhelmed by opinions or other, you know, forces somehow or some way. So will you be lucky, Sagittarius? And it is the world reversed. And that means good luck, but the idea behind this major arcana is also too that you have to understand, you know, what is that level of perfectness you can actually achieve. So if getting lucky to you was really like some sort of huge standard of achievement of some sort, then you may not get lucky by those terms. You might have to settle for a little less, as they say. So I'll leave it with that, Sagittarians. And we'll move on now to Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. What is the vibe for the week? Capricorns, King of Cups. The vibe for the week is to be as kind and loving and helpful and benevolent as you possibly can to as many people that you can, and especially, of course, the ones you truly do care about. The King of Cups is a magnificent card in this position. I think this is talking about you, Sagittarius, as being a person who really does care about people. And I know a few Sagittarians who are a little bit gruff, but maybe reach down deep in your heart and you realize, a lot of that's just the way you like to be, your personality, You can be truly loving and caring, and this is a chance for you to maybe show some sort of sense of that fairness and benevolence, maybe within a particular relationship. So having said that, will you be lucky? You get the world upright, Sagittarians. And I really love that. I think that's awesome for you, Sagittarians. I think that the world says something really kind of corners your circle, squares your circle, sort of creates a sense of perfection. There's a lot more I could say, but probably it's a little risque here. But I think this is the perfect sign for somebody who maybe will find a way to be lucky this week. So that was that for Capricorn. Did I say it was Sagittarius? I'm sorry, it is Capricorn. So now we are on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And what is the vibe for your week, Aquarians? And it's the Ten of Swords. It's upright. So it sounds like something completes, and not necessarily in a good way. Maybe dramatically a particular relationship or situation ends, and maybe you feel it was past time for it to end because you realize that there's still a sense of light that would take you somewhere else to recover. So if this is about broken relationships or bad situations that bring a lot of heartache or a lot of, bad feelings, maybe worse, just know that in some way, Aquarians, it gets better after this. Now, will you be lucky? And once again, it is a major arcana. Boy, we had a lot of them for most of the zodiac. It's death reversed. And you may not be able to get lucky because there's sort of an inertia going on. There's a sense of not really wanting to move into that area. It could be because of what happened here with the Ten of Swords. These are both cards that that indicate big changes that maybe are life challenging and maybe totally sweeping, kind of pulls the rug out in a way. So the idea that getting lucky is good luck because mostly there's too much inertia working against it, and you might just have to wait until, the cards are better. So now we are on Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, what is the emotional vibe or feeling right now? And it's the upright Prince of Swords. That would be the Knight of Swords. So the overall feeling is that maybe we are feeling like we want to be adventuresome, especially if we are thinking about new friendships or new loves or new, situations that maybe bring a sense of honesty and movement, but really kind of, staking out claims. It is sort of like, I won't say it's an aggressive action, but I would say it's a definitive action of progress of a goal. Now, in this case, that goal may be emotional. So this could be a person who presents as being, very, forward about that. Somebody who's serious about creating or finding a relationship. Is that you, Pisces? Is that somebody around you? Will you be lucky? and it's the reversed Five of Cups. So chances are it will come to you naturally. It may be that it comes as a denouement of understanding what your losses have been and whether or not, they actually will come back to you as possibilities or options again. It kind of looks like yes. So that was my emotional exchanges for this week. I want to thank everyone once again for coming. I hope you got something out of that, and I hope that, of course, you will consider, maybe leaving a note here on this video or at our Gmail account, TFT Tarot for Today at gmail.com. I want to remind everybody about our following programs. After today, tomorrow, Saturday, will be the happy hour, and happy hour returns to its more or less regular time of 10 a.m. in the morning, so watch for that. Also, too, on Sunday, Banshee's Material Matters is on at 10 a.m. It's pre-recorded, but nearly all of the Tarot tribe convenes there so they can hear more about Banshee's reading. We're live in the chat room to indicate more information, and we have a pretty good fun time, a good chat going on there, so check that out. Sunday afternoons, we are live again, our regular live stream for questions of whatever sort, and that comes at 2 to 4 p.m. Remember, these times are all Eastern Standard Time. So until next week, we will see you again on the Emotion Exchanges. Bye for now.